Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I created this amazing nail jewelry look. If you guys want to see how I created the look, make sure you keep on watching. But first, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. We are starting out with freshly washed hands as well as pre-prepped, meaning cut, shaped, and all of that stuff. So I'm going ahead and spraying my nails with some rubbing alcohol just to remove any excess oils that I might have on my nail. I will be using the Gel X technology in this video, so I'm going to go ahead and show you all the materials that I'm using for my false nails. I'm using the BTArt box. They have an amazing natural arch. I am using the nail primer by Modelones, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it, as well as their nail prep dehydrator. This will help to dehydrate the nail, that way the gel can properly adhere to the nail. For the gel, I'm using the Orly Gel FX builder in a bottle. Love this stuff. It's amazing. It was like 20 bucks. It'll save your life. Now for my bonding aid, this is just a generic brand that I bought at a local nail supply store, and again, this will help to get the gel to adhere to the natural nail. Now, in order to start off, you have to use a gentle file to buff out all of the shininess from the bottom of the nail. Same thing that you would do to your natural nail, you want to go ahead and do to the false nail, the underside of the false nail. Like we did to the underside of the false nails, we must do the same thing to our natural nail. So I am taking a gentle file and I'm basically buffing out all of the shininess from my natural nail. I'm not going too hard. I'm kind of roughing it up the surface a little bit, but not to the point where like I'm making my natural nail super thin. So now we're going to go ahead and use the nail prep dehydrator. You just want to put a light coat over each one of your fingers. You don't want to overly saturate, which I probably did, but just like a quick 1-2 will be fine for your nails. Next, you're going to go ahead with the nail primer, and you're going to do the same thing you did for the nail dehydrator on this step as well. Very light. You don't want to oversaturate your nail. And lastly, just to make sure the nails are actually going to stay on for a long time, I'm going in with the bonding aid. Same step as the last two. You're going to do a light layer on each one of your nails. Now, when using the gel in a bottle product, you want to go ahead and make sure you have a very light layer of the gel on each one of your nails, and then you're going to go ahead and cure it for 30 seconds. Now, the reason why you put a very light layer, because if you put too much, it'll overheat your nail and it'll become uncomfortable. But you need this light layer of gel, that way the nail has something to stick to. Now, I already pre-fit each one of the nails to my fingers, so I'm going to go ahead and start the application process. You want to dust off any residue that you might have on the nail from scuffing it up. And then you're going to do the same thing that you did with your natural nail. You're going to put a very light layer of the gel to the underside of the nail. And then you're going to place it onto your natural nail. And then you're going to cure it for 30 seconds. Each one of my cures is about 30 seconds until I actually get to the nail polish section. But you just want to make sure when you apply the fake nail to your natural nail that you don't have any air bubbles, and it's exactly where you want to place it, because once it cures, it's staying on. If you do have air bubbles, then it might mean you don't have enough of the product on the under half of the nail. So in that case, I would say put a little bit more. That way you're filling in that gap between the false nail and your natural nail. So this is what it looks like after I have applied all of the fake nails and cured them. I mean, over time, obviously they all cure longer than 30 seconds, but yeah, this is what it looks like so far. Some of them might be crooked because I haven't perfected the technique yet, but we're gonna move on anyway. I wanted this nail look to be stiletto, so I had to do a lot of filing to get that pointed edge that I wanted, because these nails come in a coffin shape. Now I am a huge fan of coffin nails, but I feel like stiletto is slowly creeping up to be my favorite. So I'm gonna save you guys a whole lot of time and then skip to when I finish the filing and my stiletto shape is there. So here I'm just taking a nail buff just to buff out the top of the nail. I'm gonna remove any shininess on the top of the nail before I go ahead and start applying my gel polishes. Remember, before applying any polish or anything like that, you want to go ahead and dust off the nail and get any of that product off before you apply your polishes. Now, I'm going in with the Beetles foundation. This is their base coat gel. I'm going to apply this to all of my nails, cure them before I add the polish. The polish that I'm using is a light bubblegum pink. The number is 332. I think this color is amazing. Now, I probably would have used a little bit slightly darker pink, but whatever. Now, this is the Top It Off gel. This is their crystal clear top coat. Amazing. This is going to go at the very last after we've polished. After we've applied all of the polish to all of the nails. So for now, go ahead and apply the base coat to all of your nails and then cure for 30 seconds. Now that we have our base coat on, we're going to go ahead and apply our color. Again, this is a bubblegum pink. The number is 332 by Beetles. And I'm going to do it 2 nails at a time. That way they get proper UV curing. After you do the first 2, go ahead and apply, do it a 30-second cure. Then do the second 2, do another 30-second cure, and then do the thumb and do another 30-second cure. Sticking the whole entire hand in there, that way everything fully dries. And then we're going to do a second coat. Now I am using a couple of little tools to clean up my edges because I can't paint to save my life. I can't paint nails anyway to save my life, but I can paint a car. I got you. But nails, so now we are moving on to our second coat of our pink. Now, I didn't say this the first time, but I feel like it should be self-explanatory. You want to go ahead and make sure you clean up all of your edges, fix any mistakes that you made before you cure, because once you do that, you can't change it anymore. now that our hand is completely dry, we've done 2 coats of our gel polish, we're now going to move on to the top coat. Now I'm going to do a light layer of top coat because I am going to add some jewels, so you don't want it to be super thick. But you're going to do a top coat for each one of the nails, and then you're going to cure for a whole minute. The top coat is different from regular polishes, so it needs to cure for a little bit longer. So when you do it this time, just make sure you have it in for a whole minute. So here I'm getting my nail jewels ready. I'm using some large, some mediums, and the very small ones, along with the top coat gel to make sure that they stick, because I'm not using super glue or anything like that. So starting out with my first design, I'm going to do this one in regular speed, and then the other ones I will go 3 times faster, just because it took me like an hour just to add the jewels, and you guys aren't going to sit here for that long. So add a light layer of the top coat. Then you're going to add our first large jewel. And then we're going to add jewels around that because I'm making like a flower. So we have our center jewels, and then we have 6 or 8 jewels around that. And then we're going to go in with the smaller jewels to make that very nice, elegant curve to the top and one curving to the bottom. Also, if anyone has any tips on how to make this go by faster, or like any tools, because I was struggling trying to put these jewels on with these little jewel tongs or whatever they call. I need a new tool. So if you guys have any tips, please let me know. Drop it down in the comments below so I can go cop one, because spending a whole hour on one hand to do this is ridiculous. Now, after I have all of my jewels in place and I'm satisfied with the design, you want to make sure you want to go ahead and cure it really quick for like 20 seconds. That way the jewels stay there. And then you want to seal them or enclose them in another layer of gel. So I'm just going over the jewels again. That way they don't go flying off like if I'm like washing dishes or something. For my index finger, I'm starting out with a light layer of top coat as well. You're basically going to do this for every single one of the fingers. I'm only using the small jewels, and I'm basically just going to be covering the perimeter of this nail. So no no jewels on the inside. We're only focused on the outskirts of the nail. Follow the contour. For the middle nail, the design will be kind of like a pyramid at the base of the nail. I'm starting out with a large jewel, and I'm basically going to be building on top of that with our mediums and the small ones. Again, I'm trying to make a pyramid in the triangle shape at the base of the nail. For the ring finger, I'm going to be doing the same design I did on my thumb, which is that flower with the elegant curves at the top and the bottom. Again, we're starting out with the center with the large nail, and then we're surrounding that with some of the mediums, and then we're going to do the curve with the small jewels. And for the last nail, originally I was gonna do a whole jewel, like, and cover the entire nail with jewels, but that was just taking too long. So I decided to do halfway, but I still tried to make an elegant design. So I kind of did a pyramid as well. It tapers off at the top, but for the bottom half, you're just gonna go ahead and fill the entire nail space with jewels, with an assortment of the large, the medium, and the smalls. And then once you get halfway, you want to go ahead and start tapering off. That way it matches the stiletto shape. Now that I have all of my jewels in place, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and do another top coat of the top coat to seal all of the jewels in place. And then I'm going to cure for another minute. That way everything will stay in place. So this is what the finished hand looks like. I think it's super cute. Like, I love the design. I don't really like the middle one so much, but you know, whatever. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the second hand. I'm going to wash my hands, get all the residue off, and then we're going to come right back. So now both of my hands are finished. I'm going to go ahead and use some cuticle oil on my cuticles and rub that in. That way I can take care of them because they've gone through a lot with all of the UV, with all of the jewels and all of the filing and everything. It's nice to, you know, rejuvenate them. So this is the final look for both of my hands. I'm pretty satisfied with the design, although it took me a really long time. I think, you know, for the first time, because this is the first time I've done it, I think it came out really good. Please let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Do you like the nail design? Do you have any suggestions, any tips, anything that you would like to see me do?
like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.